So, you're thinking about building a custom home. That's huge. It's one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. And the very first big decision you're going to face? Well, it's the one we're tackling today. And it is absolutely critical. This choice is going to shape everything, your budget, your design, and the whole feel of your home for decades.
We're talking about your home's skeleton. Its bones. It's really a choice between modern, get-it-done efficiency and this timeless artisan craft. And believe me, the path you choose is going to define your home's character, its performance, and all the possibilities for a lifetime.
So here's our game plan. We're going to dive deep into the two main contenders, stick framing and timber framing. We'll pit them against each other in a head-to-head showdown, and then we'll even look at a really clever hybrid solution that might just give you the best of both worlds. Let's get into it.
All right, first up, we've got the reigning champ of modern construction, stick framing. I mean, if you've ever watched a new housing development pop up out of nowhere, you've seen this in action. It's the default setting, the go-to choice for builders all across the country, and for some pretty good reasons. So how's it work? Just picture all those stacks of 2x4s you see at Home Depot. Stick framing uses those sticks, spaced pretty close together, to build the walls. And here's the key. Those walls are load-bearing. That means they're doing all the heavy lifting, supporting the entire weight of your home, from the floors right up to the roof. The pros here are super obvious. It's fast, it's affordable, and you can find a framing crew pretty much anywhere. But there's always a but, right? Those load-bearing walls can really box you in design-wise. And all those wooden studs create something called thermal bridging. It's a fancy term, but what it really means is that every single stud is a little highway for your expensive heated or cooled air to escape right through the wall. Not great for your energy bills.
Okay, now let's hit the brakes and step back in time, way back. We're talking about a completely different way to build. Timber framing isn't about speed. It's about artistry. It's about tradition. This is a craft that's been passed down for centuries, long before anybody ever dreamed of a nail gun.
Instead of skinny 2x4s, this method uses huge, heavy timbers. And instead of nails, it uses the incredible art of joinery. A master builder carves a super precise hole, that's the mortise, into one beam, and a perfectly matching tongue, the tenon, on another. They lock together like a piece of fine furniture. And this is the game changer. The timber frame by itself supports the entire house. The walls, they're basically just curtains. And the result is, well, it's nothing short of breathtaking. You get these soaring ceilings, incredible exposed beams, and wide open spaces that are just jaw-dropping. But this level of craftsmanship comes at a price. It's a serious investment, and you can't just hire any crew. You need a true master of the craft, a timberite, to bring this kind of vision to life.
So it's time for the main event, the head-to-head showdown. We're going to put these two methods to the test on the things that really matter to you: cost, energy efficiency, strength, and how long it takes to build. Let's do this. Okay, let's just get right to it and talk money. A full timber frame home is a premium product, no way around it. You should expect to pay a premium price. We're talking somewhere in the ballpark of 20 to 40% more than a similar stick-built home. So, if a stick-built home is going to cost you $500,000, the timber frame version could easily be $600,000 or $700,000. So, why?
It really boils down to three main things. First, the materials. A single, beautiful 30-foot beam for your great room can cost more than all the lumber for 2 whole bedrooms in a stick-built house. Second, the labor. You're not paying for a standard framing crew, you're paying for a highly skilled artisan, that timberite. And third, the finishing. To do it right, you'll probably use structurally insulated panels, or SIPs, which are way better insulators but also cost more.
Now, this is where that upfront cost starts to make long-term sense. Think of your home's insulation like a winter coat. A stick-built house is like a jacket with a bunch of metal zippers. Even if the fabric is warm, the cold air just seeps right through those zippers, right? Those are your studs, your thermal bridges. But a timber frame wrapped in SIPs, that's like a high-tech, seamless ski suit. It's one continuous, unbroken layer of insulation wrapped around the outside of the frame. No gaps, no bridges, which means much, much lower utility bills, month after month.
All right, this next one, this surprises almost everyone. We're talking about a house made of massive pieces of wood. You'd think it would be a huge fire risk, right? I mean, it's just common sense. Or is it?
This quote just nails it. It's the perfect way to understand this. Think about starting a campfire. What do you use? Use little sticks, kindling, because they catch fire fast. You don't try to light a giant log first. Well, a stick frame is literally a house built of kindling. A timber frame, on the other hand,
It behaves like that massive log. It's a proven engineering principle called sacrificial char. In a fire, the outside of that heavy beam gets black and creates a layer of charcoal. And that char layer actually acts as an insulator, protecting the solid, structural wooden side. So the frame holds its strength way longer, giving your family precious time to get out safely. It's pretty incredible.
And how these homes actually get built is just as different. A stick frame house goes up piece by piece, on site, totally at the mercy of the rain and snow. But a timber frame? Oh, it's like a symphony. While the foundation is being poured on your property, the entire frame is being meticulously crafted in a climate-controlled workshop. Then it's all brought to the site and assembled like a giant, perfect puzzle in just a few days. Watching a timber frame raising is one of the coolest things you'll ever see.
Okay, so you're completely in love with the idea of a timber frame, but your budget just had a panic attack. I get it. Don't worry, you're not alone. But what if I told you there's a way to get the best of both worlds? A way to have your cake and eat it too? We'll say hello to the hybrid solution.
The hybrid approach is brilliantly simple. You focus all that stunning, handcrafted timber framing in the main public spaces, your great room, your kitchen, the dining area. This is where you get that wow factor, that dramatic open space with the gorgeous beams everyone will be talking about. Then, for the private spaces, bedrooms, bathrooms, laundry rooms, you use standard, cost-effective stick framing. It blends together seamlessly and feels totally intentional.
And that's the genius of it. You get the absolute best of both worlds. You get the soul and artistry of a timber frame where it has the most visual impact, and you get the budget-friendly efficiency of stick framing to keep the overall costs in check. It's a strategic way to get that premium feel and boost your resale value without having to go all in on a full timber frame.
So look, at the end of the day, this isn't about choosing a good method versus a bad one. Let's be clear. Both of these methods, when they're done right, create safe, wonderful homes. This is really a choice between two totally different philosophies of building.
Let's just boil it all down. Stick framing is probably your best bet if your absolute top priorities are the upfront budget, a very conventional timeline, and a more standard design. But you should really lean towards timber framing, or at least a hybrid, if what you really care about is jaw-dropping aesthetics, those wide-open living spaces, long-term energy savings, and creating a home that feels like a true legacy. Ultimately, this choice, the very skeleton of your home, is about what you value most. So what do you want your home's story to be? Will it be a story of modern, proven efficiency? Or will it be a story of timeless artisan craft? The answer to that question will form the very foundation of your dream.